Okay, everybody, we're going to do a little play along with my friend Mudslide Mac tonight. I'm always looking for something just to kind of grind out some time while I'm waiting on the dice. Crowded table, semi-crowded table, you're just kind of killing some time, try and keep some action going, keep your play up, but try not to give you any exposure. So Jeremy the other day did a video on something called like the safest way to play, something like that. I do believe that the Wizard of Oz over there had, this may even be his play. So it's going to be purely a mathematical play waiting on something to happen. Now the problem with always playing a strategy like this is the strategy itself doesn't allow for any human involvement. It's a set standard way to play. I hate that. I'm going to try my best to follow that. I'll probably point out some times that maybe I might make some changes, but I'm just going to play it out like it's written because, you know, it's a math thing. So let's see what Mudslide's got to say. He did a video last week. Can random rollers, or is it? This is number 5 in a series where he's doing rotating. He's rotating the set controlled toss to a random roller, and he's kind of going back and forth for 36 rolls. So it's not too long. I'll drag it out a little bit because I'll run my mouth, but let's see what he's got to say.
One Mudslide here. Just thought I think in my series I owe at least 2 more short videos, 36 tosses, random tosses, and
if you haven't given Mudslide some love, go look at Mudslide Mac. I love Mudslide Mac. Old school, like me.
So this one will be a random toss. So dice are out. We'll mark the 36 tosses with white, red, and blue chips. Red chips would be a positive, either point made or a positive natural 7 or 11 on the come out. Blue chips would be a negative crap number on the come out or a 7 out. Everything else will be marked with white chips. And we'll do 36. There they all are, and here we go. So.
All right, so I've got me $2,000. I'm using black chips. It's just going to be easier to illustrate and keep it moving. So I'm just going to use black chips. Think of it as a unit. I have no action on the table. I'm going to start with a $100 pass line.
So let's see, we can. Dice are out. Start over here on the left side. And we're out on a 5.
Total random toss. You got to have a safe way to
let's
play.
Make sure
let's see if
that
this works.
Position the dice. No, that's not a good spot. There we go. All right, that's better for camera angle. Okay, so got a 5.
The guy is immaculate with that rattan right there. Or rattan.
And there's a 5 right back.
Frontline winner.
So we'll mark that red chip. Let's also see ATS, how that works. All right, so we'll keep ATS marked down here in this place bet spot. We'll mark the points hit up there in this other place bet. No, actually that's the lay bet spot. And got 2 tosses, right? And it's the exact opposite of the 0.7 out. That's the point, if you will. And we got a 12 coming out.
Lose 100.
Oops, that was a 6.
Coming back.
12 coming out. So that's a loser. Frontline loser. Push on the don't. Take the pass line. That's when if you're playing the don't, you hate that one, and you obviously hate it on the pass line too. So No one likes the 12. And then we got a 9. Point is now 9.
All right, so I think I played it wrong already, but now
639. Good
we
fit.
got one more pass line and we do don't. So we're gonna go with a don't.
And there's an 862.
This travels to the 8. Now we've got even on the pass and the don't. We're gonna do a come.
There's 10. Easy 10.
Come bet travels.
6-4.
Now we're gonna go with a DC.
Well, all we need is a. Oh, I didn't mark that 12, did I? Oh, I did mark it. I just put it in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay, so now we need an 11. We got the tall. How about that? There's a 7 out.
That up there wins.
Line away. Well, we came close.
That one loses. Back on the pass line.
And we got a new shooter, new direction. So we'll pass the dice down here. And we got a 5.
Points 5. We've got one more pass line and we do anything. So we're going to go to a DC.
Marking 5. Oh, we got a 2.
Got
Aces in all the places.
Don't come winner.
So we're out of 5. We need a 4, a 3, and a 6. We were betting that way. And there's a 9. 6-3.
That travels. Now we're even. Don't and pass line. Light and dark, if you will. Now we're going on the come.
There's a heart 6.
6 travels. We got 2 light side, 1 dark side. We're going to add a dark side and the DC.
There's the 9 again.
Just doing flat bets. That's all we're doing. Flat bets. 1 chip.
There's a 5, which is the point.
Front line winner. We've got 2.
So that's pretty good. We had 2 points.
Right side, 1 dark side.
2 for shooters. Same shooter.
Can't add
same
a dark
direction.
side there, so we're going to move this to the don't pass. No, we're going to leave that on pass.
There's a 6 on the come out.
All right,
So
6
that's
on
good.
the come out.
For that small
Flat bet
that we're
wins.
looking for.
We're even. We got 1 of each. We're going to add a come.
Okay, so on this hand, yep, we'll be looking for a 4 and a 3 to get that small. We're on a 6. Shooter looking for 6. Hard 8.
Come bet travels to the 8. We've got 2 light side, 1 dark side. We're going to add 1 dark side on the DC.
Point is 6. Looking for 6. There's 3. Ace and a deuce.
DC wins.
All we need is a 4. All we need is a 4. There's a 2. We already got one of those. Don't need another one.
DC wins again.
So we'll we'll mark it anyway.
We'll take it.
Should we keep track of our 36 tosses here?
When you start singing, dun, 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 dun. That would be the Emperor's March.
There's a 10.
DC travels to the 10. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to add a come because we're
6,
even
4, easy
on
10.
our light and dark.
Looking for 6. There it is. 5, 1, 6.
Frontline winner.
So this
Travels
random
to the
shooter's doing
6.
pretty good. Down on this side of the table, the shooter over here wasn't doing too good at all. All right, so he said shooters hit 2 points and still a 4 away from the small.
1, 2, 3.
And here we go.
2.
There's an 8 for the come out. 8 is the point.
8. DC or the combat wins. We're even on our light and dark. We're going to go to the combat.
Still looking for the 4.
I'm probably playing some of this wrong.
Right off the back wall. There's a 4, 1, 5.
That goes to the 5. Now we've got 1, 2, 3 light side bets. We're going to go one more dark side bet.
All right, still looking for the 4 for the small. Point is 8. There's a hard 6.
Hey. All right, so this travels behind. This wins. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We're going back to a combat. Got 3 darks.
There's a 9, 6, 3.
This travels. The DC loses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Shooter down here is
We'll
on
go
fire.
back to a
Table
DC.
go crazy. People making money. Come on, get that 4. Nope.
DC right
6. 5, 1,
Comes down and
6.
loses.
Easy 6.
That one travels. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We need another DC.
There it is. Hard 6.
Killing it on the 6s.
People betting the 6 are very excited. Very happy here. Let's hit probability on the 6 at this point. Hard 4. There it is. There's our small. There is the small.
I was supposed to have
So,
DC going to the 4.
ATS bettors are very excited, and
Get the
actually they
system
only
caught
need.
up. Best I understand.
No, that wasn't
1,
on
2,
this hand.
3. 1, 2, 3.
They only need
Now we're
an
gonna
11 and a
combat.
12 for the all. For the tall and the all. Okay, still looking for the 8. There's a 6. Hammer in the 6 there, folks. Randy Random is going with a great hand over.
All right. So as I understand the system, I probably messed it up a little bit. If you're positive on the light side bets, you add the dark side bet so you can get them even. If they're even, you go with a light side bet. If you're under, on whichever one you're under, that's the bet you add, unless you're even. If you're even, you add a light side bet, which in this case is the come. So we got 1, 2 on the DC. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right side, or on the light side. So now we're going to add a DC. I'm putting it right here in that corner, right there on the screen. Let's go.
Here. And there's a hard 6, another 6.
DC travels behind the 6.
Hard 6.
Flat bet wins on the 6. 1, 2, 3.
Now you would
1, 2,
expect
3. Gonna add a come bet.
6s and 8s to show anytime, right? And certainly the 6 is showing. But it's, you know, it's just as easy to hit the 6 as it is the 8. So I kind of look at Those two is kind of the same. Well, the sister numbers. And there's our 8 finally, which is the point. Boy, this shooter's doing great. This shooter's on fire.
That travels. That wins.
All we need now is an 11 and a 12.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3,
and we're
4.
coming pretty close to the end of our 36.
I'm going to wait.
We are definitely
I'm going to stay on the pass line.
As a random roller here, beating probability.
If I'm wrong, that's
a
an
random
executive
roll,
decision.
beating probability. All right. Which they do. There's a 5. All right, so we're out on the 5. I'm just going to have to pick that up, I think.
Combat wins.
There. This time's going to be easier without that.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
1,
we got
2, 3. We're going back on the come.
6 more tosses in this 36. And I can tell you right now, chances of us beating or losing by throwing all of those as 7s is slim to none. They both left town, but you know, we are throwing random, so anything can happen. There's a hard 8.
Flat bet wins.
There's the hard
travels. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going back on a combat.
5. Let's move that. As you can see, there's our 5. Boy, this shooter is on fire. Oh my goodness.
Combat travels.
Oh my goodness. This is one of those kind of things, you know,
Pass line
legends
wins.
are made of, right? Yeah, I hope you. I'm not trying to prove or disprove anything with this example. I'm just trying to demonstrate, you know, what happens in the real game. Stuff happens, you know.
It does.
Say anything can and will happen in a crap game. There's a 6 coming out. You throw a lot of 6s, and there's another one.
Don't pass. Don't
Okay,
come
we've only got
loses.
a
1,
few
2,
more
1,
tosses to
2,
go here.
3, 4. We need a DC.
4 more tosses to go. 4 more chances. Oh, there's the double. Up jumped the double. All right, so there's a
DC loses. These come down.
for this shooter. This
That
shooter has
wins.
mable table
That
very
wins.
happy. People are going to
This
be clapping.
loses.
They're going to go, great roll, blah, 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 which is wonderful. That's what you want, right? Unless you're playing the don't side.
4 units
All
coming
right, so the
back.
dice are going to come back here,
Starting on another shooter.
and we're coming out. And we've got, let me take a quick inventory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. We got 2 more tosses to go.
2 more tosses.
2 more tosses. So we're coming
Close
out.
out the 36 rolls.
There's a 3 coming out.
Pass
So-
line loses.
We'll mark that 3 with a negative blue chip. Oh, this comes down. We're all starting over here again on that ATS. Obviously, we're not going to get anywhere close to it. With only 1 more toss. We're still looking for a point. And there's a 5. Okay.
And it don't matter because
So,
he's cutting it off right
Let's
there.
count them up. We hit probability on the 10. We hit probability on the 9. We hit probability on the 8. We overachieved on the 6. Made a point on the 6. Made a point on the 8. Overachieved on the 5. A lot of points hit. A lot of 5s hit. Underachieved on the 4. Overachieved on the 2. Underachieved on the 1. Excuse me, on the 3. And hit probability on the 12. So there you have it. That was a really good random roll. Really, really good. And I think the takeaway from this is that, you know, anybody can have a good roll.
Yep.
You know, the dice sometimes will just, no matter what sort of skill or training or any of that kind of junk is going into the toss, is going into tossing, oftentimes an unskilled toss can result in very positive results, as we demonstrated here. So don't be concerned. Qualify shooters, kind of make sure that they're getting into a groove, the numbers are starting to hit, whatever. Be a little bit patient at first, but when you see a hand develop, regardless of whether the shooter is someone that you think is a setter and a controlled shooter or not, if they appear to be, if you see that the game is turning into a positive variant, that's a good time to get in or bet, in my opinion anyway. And yes, it's very true. On a random basis, anything can happen next. The dice have no memory, and so on and so forth. And I do believe sincerely that the best way to give yourself a small edge is to learn how to throw the dice in a controlled manner. Over the long haul, I think you'll end up with better results. So, with all that, I will say stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember, luck's got very little to do with it.
And keep it frosty there, Mudslide. Keep it frosty, buddy. All right, so he did 36 random tosses. I played that safest way to play. Bought in with 2,000, cashed out with 2,000. 18 minutes as a black chip better might get you some comps. I don't know. I don't worry about comps. I was a little worried there for a little while that all those 6s and 8s were going to kill me, but at least the DC, the come bets kept winning while the DCs started. It was all it all ended up being a wash. We had enough DCs out there at the end to come back in even at the end of the 36 tosses. Now, we would have played this hand out at some point because we were 2 rolls in. He cut it off at 36. Thank you, Mudslide, for the rollout. Going to have to practice this. Going to have to look at it a little closer. I was a little confused. Should I have gone to a don't pass bet instead of leaving it always on the pass line? I made an in-game decision. I'm leaving it on the pass line. I got a little bit of a hot shooter. I don't know how it would have turned out. If I was playing it wrong, I was playing it wrong. But kind of gives you an idea. The whole idea behind that particular quote-unquote strategy is a safe way to play. It's called the hedgehog. I think Shackelford is the one that put it out. If you've got an even number of light and dark side bets, place you a light side bet. So on the come out, it's a pass line. Immediately then the point's set, so you've got one more light side play, so you go to a DC. DC travels, you're even. Go to the come bet. Come bet, then you got 2 bets out there on the light side versus 1. Go to the DC. Bring them in. You're trying to get them even at all times, more or less. The only thing is I could not remember as he was rolling it out, did I need to switch to a don't pass after the point if I was heavy on the light side. I couldn't remember, so I left it on the pass line. That is what it is. That's how it worked out. Practice like you play like you practice, everybody. Go roll to win.